Ravioli. 90-90. Spaghetti.
Tu kibble con se pontoir, mais tu baissais von mo comptoir, pour le cuida du quenne dole, for... Hello, motherfucker.
Dude, I can't stop thinking about Juice Galaxy. It's just so bizarre and creative and full of juice. It was such a special experience that I can't help but look for something to fill the void until I can revisit it again in a year or so to see all of the new additions. itch.io, a platform for indie devs to share their creations, is a great place to find weird games like Juice Galaxy. So I challenged myself to find the weirdest of the weird, the strangest of the strange, the absolute most bizarre games on all of itch.io. Now there's a ton of games on here that are weird, yes, but aren't really put together all that well. So I aim to find weird games that actually have some substance, and I think I found some of the best examples on the whole website. Angerfoot, I believe, is the least strange game I found, but is easily the most fun. Basically, you navigate through various rooms looking for the exit staircase, all while kicking in doors, enemies' faces, and shooting your way to victory. With 10 levels, steady progression of difficulty, and a few different weapons to choose from, Angerfoot is a very well put together experience. The pacing is perfect, quick reactions make you feel like a badass as you tear through doors and bad guys, and the variety of weapons even adds a little bit of strategy. I did feel like sometimes my shots didn't land when I was sure my cursor was over the bad guy when I clicked, almost like the hitboxes were a little bit off, but I'm also pretty sure I'm just garbage at any type of shooting in games. Anyways, they basically just took the John Wick movies, shoved them into an action-based puzzle Doom-like game with hard base, fish people, and the ability to kick a door in on some dude taking a shit.
Disgusting!
Honestly, if there's any one game you do check out from this video, it's gotta be CBT Mario.
It's me, CBT Mario.
It's a certified hood classic.
This is the most Gen Z game I've ever played. No, I take that back, I think this is.
What are you doing in my swamp?
I mean, those last two games are basically the product of Gen Z internet culture. Both of those games are clearly just for the memes and don't really fit my criteria of being actual solid experiences, so that's where Bizzarioware comes into play. If you haven't heard of WarioWare, it's for one of my favorite Nintendo series, and two, a collection of quick-thinking micro-games with a cast of strange characters that wouldn't seem quite right in a Mario game.
Look guys, look, it's one of my greatest achievements.
Welcome to Bizzarioware.
So Bizzarioware gave me a similar vibe to the Gen Z games I tried, but instead of being a low-effort meme dumpster, Bizzarioware looked like a high-effort millennial masterpiece. These guys definitely have the branding nailed for this game. It even has N64 controller support, which is pretty cool. I don't know where do I plug this in? But here's the thing, the aesthetics of this game are top notch. Every minigame had a super neat style to them, the menu design, the visuals, it's all just right up my alley. However, the gameplay itself was not great. I was kind of disappointed. There was no guidance on how the minigames worked unless you purposely set out and did the demo mode to learn. And a lot of the games I couldn't even tell if I completed them properly or not, and some of them even seemed like they weren't even possible to beat in the given time frame. WarioWare is great because it's quick and simple to understand. For the most part, you can just jump in and figure out how things work without too much effort. But the minigames can still be quite challenging. It eases you into different gameplay mechanics by playing these storylines, which are minigame collections based off of a single mechanic. And then the game gives you a free-for-all mode that mashes all of the mechanics together. Bizzarioware had lots of great ideas, but no real coherence between how they were executed. Now with all that being said, Bizzarioware seems like it's very ambitious with online and local multiplayer integrations, and it also sounds like there are plenty more updates to come. So with some patience and some polish, this game might turn out better in a year or so time and might be worth revisiting. So really, as a game for entertainment, I wouldn't recommend it, but I had no problem paying the $1 fee for the game just to look at all of the art in Bizzarioware. If anything, that in itself was worth it to me. These guys are clearly talented, creative artists and designers and deserve some support for what they're doing. Now this next game blew me away. It's incredible. This one indie developer recreated the entirety of Cyberpunk 2077. I'm impressed. I can't even tell it's not the real thing. The closest I got to finding a game with the feel of Juice Galaxy was Peeb Adventures. In Peeb Adventures you play as Peeb. I'm not sure if I need to censor that or not. Basically, you gotta give Monkey banana. Oh, that's a lot of bananas. It's fine. I'm sure we'll find more. Alright, well, I don't know what the hell that was, but look how many bananas we have now. We're good. Alright, Monkey, here's your bananas. I hope you enjoy. Oh, okay. Monkey dead. So like I said, Peeb Adventures kind of has that same feeling as Juice Galaxy. Like anything can happen, but never in the way you expect it. The main difference is Juice Galaxy shoves the weird in your face right from the get-go, whereas Peeb Adventure eases you into it a little bit. Some of the weirdest stuff in the game is pretty well hidden, but there are great little additions from the devs, like Bryce here, who's hiding on the roof of the starting point of the game that gives you this cool witch's freaking hat. I like that the weirdness is hidden underneath a fairly innocent looking platformer, but once you find the glitched bananas and watch the monkey explode, you just know some weird shit is about to go down. From a gameplay standpoint, it's fine. The grapple mechanic adds a neat little twist to the very basic platforming, but the overall experience is what got me with this game. Where the focal point of Juice Galaxy was the bizarre NPCs and monsters, Peeb Adventure's weirdness came from the various areas in the game that you could find. For example, this area here. What the f***? I also really liked the glitch theme it had with the bananas and the final boss thingy glitching out and banishing you. Pretty neat stuff here. I'm hoping the developer adds more. I'd very much like to revisit this one a year down the line as well. Still not sure if I should be blurring this or not though. So we found some pretty weird games so far, but I'm sure you're asking, Ravioli, what is the weirdest game on itch.io? Well, the answer lies within the worlds of Utopia. As a game, Utopia was an experience. I mean, it was kind of slow and boring, but I'll be damned if this isn't some of the weirdest shit I've seen in a video game. This is less of a game and more of a journey through a surrealist virtual art museum. The whole idea of this game was to make something weird, something that doesn't make sense and doesn't follow any traditional narrative scaffolding, as the developers put it. There are 9 worlds which I believe were developed each by a different developer, and apparently each world is meant to represent a utopia, some of which didn't make any bloody sense, and some of which were actually kind of interesting. For example, this one here was kind of neat. It represents a world far, far in the future from now where a machine creates beings that are completely unique to each other, so there is no bias or inequality. It's driven through dialogue, and it kind of seems like nothing's really going on. The NPCs just ramble on about whatever, but as you continue along, it slowly sheds light on what's going on and what the world you're visiting is actually about. It's kind of cool. And then there was worlds like this one where there was like rock people and more rock people. And then this one where the dev just starts rambling on about his ideas and motivations behind his section of the overall game. Utopia is weird for sure, but not the silly, look at this goofy thing, do goofy things kind of way that I like, and more of a, I went to art college and nobody understands me kind of way. Alright, I know I'm poking fun, but the way I see it is, this game is like this painting. Some people look at it and say, wow, that's a nice fucking red dot, and other people look at it and say, what the fuck, it's just a red dot. Art is very, very subjective, and whether you enjoy this game or not is very, very subjective. The point of this experimental game was to break norms. They say themselves games are tightly bound to capitalist productivity values, so they tried to break all of those values and basically just make a collective of experiences that are, and I quote, like acid. Well, I think they did it. Like I said, I didn't get it, but they definitely did it. In my books, they earn the title of weirdest game on itch, hands down. And now I never have to wonder what it's like to do acid, so win-win, I guess. This game is basically like this meme here. These devs, I'm pretty sure, were visited by aliens and now exist on an enlightened plane us regular humans can't even comprehend, or maybe they just took too much acid. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it this far, make sure you're doing all that YouTube stuff, like, comment, follow, subscribe, whatever, and come hang out with me on Twitch TV. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.